Sure. So obviously my team and the technology team, we're focusing on it internally for Freddie Mac. Right? We have our own remediation activities that we're focusing on, but we also have a third party team that's doing some of that reach out. So we are actually engaging our third parties, asking for confirmation that they are aware of and acting on the remediation efforts, so that we have a comfort level that they're also taking it as serious as we are. We also do have capabilities to really detect who may also be impacted from a fourth party and fifth party perspective. So we do have some mechanisms to help us really establish who might be at risk. So, for example, when SolarWinds happened, we can determine which companies are using that product so that we can actually reach out specifically for those. Now, in this case, we know almost every company is being impacted by it. So it's pretty good assumption that any third party or fourth party is going to be impacted, but to what magnitude and to what level of or degree of priority that they're placing on it because of the because of the situation itself, right? It is a very highly exploitable. It's used in a number of technologies. And so there's a lot of concern, not only from our own internal technologies, but those third parties as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Sean, how about you? As you know, working with clients, working with companies, is there good dialogue between the third parties?
Oh, yeah, and I think Betty, you nailed it before talking about fourth and fifth parties. So my responsibility is, okay, my data center providers and other facilities that might be impacted, other downstream actors that might be impacted. Let's talk about how it may not impact me, or we may already have an answer for it, but we have to think about who else it could have been impacted that could have a ripple effect to us. And therefore, as I talk to financial services institutions, banks, all of the folks that we talk to, we talk about the importance of this vulnerability, the fact that, this sort of notion of a remote code execution scares the heck out of me. So I always think of, I'm an old military guy, so bear with me, but when I grew up in the military, it was always about inspection, inspect everything. And so you don't get what you expect, you get what you inspect. And only years later did I find out that Lou Gershner said that and not my captain in the United States Navy. But now we move to this sort of zero trust idea where it's trust nothing, verify everything. Because if you have these vulnerabilities, SolarWinds an example, Log4j is another example, that could lay dormant for a while, and then hackers could come in on that vector. We need to say, what are we looking at around verification? What are we doing to, I know it, for those of us on the phone that don't love the fact that we have so many multi-factor authentications, but doesn't it make you feel better when you say, let's make sure you are who you are, because you're coming in through a new device. I'm not. It just happens that the cookies were cleared on my browser because I got a new laptop or something. And let's just add that one additional layer to make sure we don't have bad actors in our own firewalls and our own four walls. And then I think about that at the third party, fourth party, fifth party level. And that's where we just have to be just ever vigilant,
Yeah.